guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you this makeup look that I have on my face right now. It's honestly a very simple look. It's really easy and wearable, I think. It's actually the look I was wearing in my last video, which was, what was it? The Disappointing Products Part 3. And yeah, like every single comment on that video was to see a tutorial on this look, which was really funny because I was having such like I was in such a makeup rut that day and I felt like everything I did was just horrible and I filmed a video, whatever. Anyways, my dog is literally attacking me right now because she's H-U-N-G-R-Y. I know if I talk, she's gonna freak out. Anyways, just, oh my god, do you hear her? Anyways, let's just get right into this video. Hello. So I already did my foundation and concealer and stuff like that, but if you're curious of what I use, because I probably will get questions, I use the Salma Hayek Nuance Foundation on my face and then the Tarte Shape Tape as concealer, so yeah. Anyways, I'm going to start with my eyes and I'm going to prime with the MAC Paint Pot, and I'm just going to put this all over as per usual. I used to always be able to say with this stuff that the MAC Paint Pot has never failed me, but now I can't say that anymore because when I was at DragCon, it failed me. Alright, so now I'm going to set my primer with some translucent powder. This is by Laura Mercier. You could use just any, like maybe like a skin tone shadow or whatever powder you have laying around. Since I'm recreating this look that I had on in my Disappointing Products video from last week, I'm going to use the same thing that I used in that video because obviously. So I'm going to go in with the Makeup Geek times Manny MUA palette. I love this palette. It's got a lot of really nice neutral shades in it and it also has a couple pops in it. But we're not going to be using any of the really like important shades in the palette. Do you know what I mean? I'm basically just going to be using these 3 shades out of this palette. So if you don't have this palette, do not fret because it doesn't really matter. Just grab some warm toned, medium, light, and dark shades and you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start by going in with this medium brown right here. And I'm just going to put this all in my crease area. And I'm using a Japanese fluffy blending brush for this. So yeah. I'm going to take it in my crease and I'm not going to be shy with this shade. Alright, so before I go in with another color, I'm just going to blend this first shade out real quick. And this is an Ellis R25 brush. Yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to take the same brush and just go in with the shade one step darker than that. And I'm going to basically put it in the same spot, but just not take it up as far. Alright, so I'm going to go back in and blend once again. I'm going to blend pretty much in between every single step, every single shade that I lay down. I'll go back in and blend it. Alright, so I'm going to go a little bit darker and I'm going to go in with this shade right here, the deepest brown in the palette, of course. And I'm just going to take a little bit on this Anastasia brush, which comes with any palette that you buy with them. And I'm going to pretty much focus this on the outer corner and bring it up a little bit into the crease so there's a little bit of a fade. But I'm going to primarily focus it on the outer corner. Or the outer V, as some call it. I'm going to blend out this shade with a smaller blending brush this time. And this is the Luxie 231. Okay, so I blended with this small brush. Now I'm just going to switch over real quick to the bigger brush I was using earlier. And just kind of blend all of the seams together. That's usually how I like to do it when it's a small area that I want to be blended. I'll blend with a small brush and then I'll go back in with a big brush so that it all kind of mends together and looks like it just like is one part. Alright, so I wanted to deepen up this outer corner a little bit, but that brush was just a little too big, so I went in with this MUA crease brush, number 315. You can get these at like CVS. And I'm just deepening out the outer corner just a little bit. I just felt like I couldn't concentrate the shade with that brush. So I'm just adding a little bit of more of a concentrated brown on the outer corner. I mean, you could see. Alright, so now for a little bit of a pop of color, I'm going to take the shade Gloom from the Pastel Goth palette, which is this green one right here. And I'm just putting it on this little shader brush right here, and I'm just going to plop it right on to the lid space and just kind of go wild with it. As you can see, it's pretty pigmented, so I'm just going to place this all in the lid space and then blend it out. I am going to add another shade on top of it, just like I did the last time. Alright, so if you wanted, you could just stop right here and just kind of like blend it all together. But what I did when I originally did this look was I took some of the shade Star, which is the yellow obviously, and I put it on top of the green and kind of mixed them together. Because originally what I was going for was kind of like a lime green look. So just bear with me here, and I'm just going to put like a little bit of a light wash of this shade Star on top of the green shade Gloom. And it's just going to kind of change the color, as you can see. So now on this blending E36 brush by Sigma, I'm going to take this shade right here that I originally went in, which is the second shade, and I'm just going to kind of like combine these shades so that they blend into each other, so that it's just not like a stark transition from the green to the brown. Alright, so I'm going to move on to the lower lash line. I'm going to start off by taking this dark shade right here, which is the darkest shade we use, and I'm going to put this on my lower lash line, just on the outer third of the eye, and make sure to connect it to the top, because that's where the shadow was up top there. Actually, I wound up putting it on like half, so I always say that, the outer third, and then I do the half. So now I'm going to go in with the shade in the very middle of the palette. I can't show you because my dog just fell asleep on my one arm, and I just can't. So I'm going to go in with this little brush right here and just kind of blend out this shade, this lower lash line. And like I said, I'm going to connect it, make sure to connect it to the other side. I feel like I should be showing on this eye. So I'm going to connect this shadow all together. So just so that, like I said, like I feel like I've said this a million times in this video, but just to make it all look pretty seamless. I completely forgot that I did a wing in this look. So I'm going to draw on a wing real quick. And I'm going to use the Balm Schwing liquid liner to do this. Please excuse me if I get really close to the mirror, but I literally just did a winged liner video on my channel. So if I don't get close, then I have that video. So it's not a huge deal, but I'm going to try to get it in frame. God, my hair is like so weird right now. Alright, so I just glued on some lashes. I couldn't remember what lashes I wore when I did that video. I know they weren't these ones, but I can't figure it out. So anyways, I just threw on some of these lashes. These are the Ram Slay by Worldwide Lashes, my faves. They're like falling apart, literally. Ooh. But anyways, I remember I put on blue eyeliner. So I'm going to throw on this NYX Sunrise Blue eyeliner and see how I like it. So since I already have the Manny MUA... This is why I do voiceovers. Okay, so since I already have the Manny MUA palette out, I'm gonna just highlight with this shade right here. Highlight my inner corner. So I'm gonna just... You guys see, this is why I do voiceovers, because my dogs are so loud. Just gonna throw on some bottom mascara, and I'm gonna get really close to the mirror for this. But I'm gonna be using the Tarte mascara, so yeah. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the eyes. It's honestly a really simple eye look. It's not too difficult or too involved at all. So anyways, I'm going to move on to the face, and I'm going to start by bronzing up with the Tarte Park Ave Princess, my all-time fave. And I'm really not going to go too heavy with it, just because I actually did the cream bronzer before I started this video, which is the Tarte Park Ave Sculptor. So it's pretty much the same thing, just in cream form. So yeah, I'm just going to put a little bit on. For blush today, I'm going to go in with the Milani Tea Rose blush, a nice pink to complement the green. I love this blush so much. Alright, so I'm going to highlight my face with this, what's this called? Heaven's Hue highlighter from Stila, and this is in the shade Kitten. It's a beautiful highlighter, but it's almost too dark for my skin, so I have to be careful with it. And if I put another highlighter on top of it, it doesn't look too dark, you know what I mean? So like I said before, since this highlighter, the Kitten, is just a little bit too dark for my skin, just like the tiniest bit. Honestly, it's passable, but just to blend it in a little bit more, I'm just going to put a little bit of the Balm Mary Luminizer on top of it. And that way it will just... It kind of just takes away the darkness of it. I don't know how to explain it. But do you see what I'm saying? It just really makes it pop so much more. I love the combo. It's my favorite right now. Time to set all of this. I'm going to go in with this Cover FX, and my bottle's all dirty because I traveled with it. Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. And I know I've said this in a past video, but when I use this particular setting spray, I make sure not to get any on my eyeshadow because it has like, it has some, like, I don't want to say sparkles in it, but it definitely has some illuminating pigment in it. Anyways, also with this specific stuff, I like to always pounce my beauty blender on tap or my diamond sponge, just so that it all kind of melts together and there's not any droplets. Not that it has a bad sprayer, but just because it has some pigment in it, because of the illuminating stuff, I just feel like it needs to be blended in a little bit more. I'm sure you get what I'm saying, and I'm sure I'm pontificating right now, but you get it. I totally forgot about lips. I always do. So now I'm going to go in with the MAC lip liner in the shade Boldly Bare. It's honestly just a nude for me. And I'm just going to line my lips with it because I'm going to go in afterwards with a lip gloss. That's the worst lip lining I've ever done in my entire life, but it's really dull. It's like basically rubbing wood on my skin, and I don't have a sharpener near me right now. It's being covered up anyway. So now I'm going to go in with the Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Dainty, which I am very much so. Dainty. Alright you guys, so that's the entire makeup look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I make new videos every single Thursday and usually Sundays, but always Thursdays. And yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, let a girl know because I'm always looking for some suitable suggestions. Anyway, yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!